Alright, hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Joker216 here, coming at you with another drawing video. I am aware that I've missed the last 2 months. I have no excuse, aside from, being sick, not feeling too hot. Well, sick is kind of an overstatement. I wasn't exactly, like, bedridden or anything like that, but I definitely was not... I definitely wasn't good. I wasn't healthy mentally, I wasn't healthy physically, and yeah, kind of a crossroads, I suppose. But anyways, today is gonna be kind of different. I'm not gonna do any of my characters. I'm gonna do some pre-established ones because why not? I apologize if you do hear a blowing in the background. That's my fan. Which, if I did not have that fan on, I would probably die of heat exhaustion with how hot it is in this room. But yeah, today I'm drawing Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. And I'm doing it in my style, so don't worry if the facial shape is, foreign to you. I do like to draw him with a bit of a strong jaw. But if you watch the anime, not exactly the strongest of jaws. Anyways, so we've got that whole thing situated. We got to draw the outline of the head. Alright, always got to have this. Make sure we know to it gives it a little dimension, and I like dimension. I like drawings that have dimension. Anyways, we draw a little hint of the under the chin here. Give him a little Adam's apple action. Trunks is very built, so you kind of have to give him a thick neck. Can't forget his vein, or whatever the hell this is called. I know what it looks like, I just don't know what it's called. Shame on my part, probably. But anyways, just FYI, these wrinkles will not be there on completion. So we draw that, and this is how I like doing it. I like doing his coat, the collar of his coat or jacket or whatever you want to call it. He's got one of those cool jackets. I feel it's cool anyway. Let's go ahead and erase some of this so that looks somewhat decent. The way I draw, the way the collar comes up reminds me a lot of Spawn, which I think is one of the main reasons I like it so much. If I could get away with wearing a jacket like this, I would. But anyways, you kind of want to give it a bit of a thing here. And of course, Dragon Ball Z guys wear very low-cut shirts, show off that chest action. I'm gonna have that go down here. Remember, this is just a sketch, so nothing has. You don't have to stay married to any. This is really just a. This is just a guideline for what you want to do. Now, because he's Vegeta's son, he's gonna have. I always found Trunks to have Vegeta's eyes. And I'm definitely going to be softening up a lot of these features because while Trunks has a lot of his father's face, his features always came off as soft to me. And I think one of the reasons is because of his eyes. So let's go ahead and give him similar eyebrows to his father, Vegeta, who I will do a drawing video of whenever I can. But let's go ahead and give him some soft eyes. Some nice soft eyes that really speak, because soft eyes are always just like, he's supposed to be heroic, unlike his father. He's supposed to be compassionate, unlike his father. Not arguing that Vegeta's not compassionate, but he never showed it early on, especially when Trunks... Oh, I should probably specify that this is future Trunks, not the Trunks, not the kid Trunks all grown up from Dragon Ball GT. So we want to go ahead and have him, let's have him look at the viewer. Because I dig pictures like that, and of course, got to do the eyebrow thing here. Let's give him a bit of an anger line, because everyone in Dragon Ball Z has those. Now, Trunks, I like parting his hair here. I like giving him a part here because I feel that adds a little bit, it makes him look cooler, but for the sake of canonity or whatever, we're going to go ahead and have the part begin right in the middle as it does in the anime. Go ahead and have the part begin right there. Now, the thing with this part is there's two little stragglies that come out like that. Just go real messy with it, you know. You don't have to stay married to any of your lines. This is the sketch phase. The only time you really gotta stay married to your lines is when you're inking, or since this is a sketch, it's nothing. So we gotta add this here. So we have a good foundation for Trunks. Very good foundation. At least I think, anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to lighten that layer. We're going to crop this so that, you know, we get rid of a lot of useless space here. I always work on a 3300 by 2250 canvas, but sometimes my drawings never take up that space. So there's always that thing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a thicker line. I'm going to start right here, okay? Start right here. You always want to sort of give it a flowy movement to that. I didn't like how that turned out. I actually want it to be the same length as the rest of his hair. I know in Dragon Ball Z they kind of make these longer, but I don't know. You do what you wish. You don't have to do it my way. Always do it your way. Like, really just use this video as a guideline. Don't use it as like, oh, this is what I have to do. And you see it right there, we're covering some of his eyes. That's not good. Because what's the point? That's another reason I like parting his hair over here. But we're going to go ahead and give this a little edit here. We're going to go ahead and give him kind of swept hair. Instead of it being like, you know, oh, you know, let's have the hair be like this, that, and the other thing. Let's have it be like actual hair actually acts like, you know. He's always got that sort of Nightwing curtained hair. Always got to keep it going. And just make sure you get the strands of hair. You can actually get away with doing the shape and then doing the hair. I prefer doing it this way, but you can do it however you want. I just have a preference. I like drawing in my style. So I'm sorry, like, don't use this as a, oh, my style is better than the original shows. Use this as more of a, okay, so if I want to draw Trunks, I can use these basic simple guidelines. Like, I always prefer that people find their own styles instead of copying others. Like, for the longest time, I lived by copying Akira Toriyama's art style. And I didn't realize until much later in life, when I actually was trying to break into comics and art, that that was the worst possible thing, because I had a poor grasp on anatomy. Now, that could help by taking some classes in figure drawing, but really, the best way that I recommend doing it, save yourself some money, is going to Google image search and just finding pictures of, like, just cool poses from either video games or from, you know, movies that you really like. Study how shadows fall, study how light works there, and then, you know, at least that's what I did. Is it a perfect solution? Absolutely not. Do you, those of you who want to go to art school, by all means, you do you. I'm just offering one way. Anybody can draw, honestly. It's just a matter of patience and dedication. Like if you say you want to draw and then you try and you give up after the result is less than satisfactory, I don't think you really wanted it that bad. You know what I mean? Because, like, for example, I remember when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a I didn't want to be a rap star, but I wanted to write lyrics. I wanted to be a ghostwriter. Okay, I wanted to be a ghostwriter for some of the best lyricists or songwriters out there. I was the best singers. That's what I wanted to do. Now I never got to do that, but that's because I didn't really. I learned that I was not as passionate about it as I led myself to believe. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll get back into that someday. But anyways, we want to give him some really soft eyes. Because typically when I draw Vegeta, I draw his eyes in a similar way, but they're always more angled and a lot, a lot a lot more cold looking. But with Trunks, I feel I can get away with a lighter features here. Always got to give that pupil. 'Cause he's got those beautiful baby blue eyes. You always got to make sure. And he's not always as angry as his father, so we're not going to give him some severe anger lines. Not to mention he is a young man, and young men don't really have anger lines unless they're frowning their entire life. I understand that in Dragon Ball Z, a lot of them have angry frown lines, but, you know, if that's your aesthetic, then by all means, go for it. Anyways, we want to get that nose. The nose is honestly tricky. At least this particular type of nose. The nose is tricky because, you know, you always have to guesstimate where certain things are going to fall. And then, of course, you got this. Got to give him a little bit of a smirk because, you know, he's confident and he's cocky, just like his father. End of the day, then we give him a little shadow here. And then to do this, we I tell you, I really found that I used to hate Trunks with a passion. I used to hate him as a character. I used to hate him everything. And in recent years, I've kind of lightened up. I've lightened up, and I actually find him to be one of my favorite characters in the series, especially the future version. I have my reasons. Those of you who watch my streams know those reasons. So, those of you who don't, well, just I find his character intriguing. I still hail Gohan as my favorite character, though. He's a young man. Let's give him a little bit of a thing here. But either way. Okay, I didn't like how that turned out, so we're going to go ahead and fix that. Now, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to go ahead and fill this with black. Mostly because, you know, in the manga they always are filling it up. Now, for the chest, you always have to keep in mind this part here. This is where that line feeds into. This line right here feeds right into this. Look at any bodybuilder, look at any, you know, jock or whatever, and you'll find they all have that. And then we want to go ahead and bring it down here. Boom, boom. And we want to, okay, that's a little too thin of a line, so we want to go boom, boom. No, not good. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay. Now you can add any kind of shading here all you want. I'm not going to, for the sake of keeping this video a decent length. We're already 13 minutes in, and I think we have a pretty good foundation for Trunks. Let's go ahead and hide that sketch layer. You know what, I think I will add a little bit of shadows here. Mostly because, you know, you always want to go one step above. Let's go ahead and add a little. Let's fine-tune some stuff up, tighten the sketch a little bit. Now, there is no right or wrong way to draw, but just follow the simple basic steps. And see, I really like how this sketch turned out. In fact, let's give him a bit of an upper lip. A bit of an upper lip. There we go. Sort of tease that line there. And, you know, he's a young man, but, you know, he also aged a little bit when he went in the hyperbolic time chamber. So let's go ahead and give this little smile wrinkle. Alright. Now, I work on a gray canvas for the sole purpose of making sure that I don't blind myself. But you know, you can work on a white canvas. I typically save my pictures in white. I'm gonna go ahead and sign this sucker. The year is 2018. I have drawn Trunks live on video for the world to see. Anyways, if you like the video, thank you. I want to thank all of my patrons. I don't know if the patrons want me to list off their names one by one. I don't know if they appreciate that. So for the sake of, you know, for the sake of their privacy, I'm not going to list off their names one by one, but I will give a special thank you to all of the patrons who make videos like these every single month possible. I know I've been slacking, but, you know, bear with me. I've not abandoned you. I'm still here for you. I'm still going to keep drawing. I'm still going to provide content every single week, whether it's sketches, whether it's pictures, whether it's podcasts, or whether it's anything. I might even do gaming videos. But either way, the point is, at the end of the day, thank you. Thank you not only to my patrons, but to everybody who supports me in any way, whether you come to my streams by commissions, whether you donate to my Ko-fi account, whether you pledge on Patreon, whether you follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, or any of my other art sites that I'm a part of, whatever. Like, if you like my art and you share it with people, I appreciate you. I love you, and I wish the best for you. I hope that you'll continue liking and supporting. You like the video, well, you know, do whatever you want. Subscribe if you want, but, you know, don't feel pressured. This is Joker216, and I'm signing off for now. Have fun. Have a good day. Love you guys.